Hello, I'm Josh.
I'm Josh.
And I'm not Josh, but together we are
Joshing around in air. Lovely stuff.
I tell you what, if I could rate that like collaboration with a dice roll, it would be a 1.
That's a Conquest one.
Last week, I would have rated it as a 6.
Yeah, that was pretty rubbish.
well, the one that we attempted to do
Together.
with a delay.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, I think it doesn't quite hit the same over a online call, does it?
No.
Great. Well, good to see you guys. What are we drinking today?
Well, today we are drinking the outcome of a story that I can't stop telling people.
It's a good story.
There's a co-op around the corner from our house, which has got a secret corner where they reduce alcohol. And so they were reducing cans of shandy. And I don't know if this friend of ours is representative of all Americans everywhere, but somebody from the US had never heard of shandy before. So I'm just going to say shandy and just not define what that is.
Right, great.
You could buy 10 cans of shandy for £2.29.
That's insane.
So I bought
That's
20
insane.
cans and I didn't buy 30 because I couldn't carry them. But we got some shandy to drink, so...
I've not only heard this story from you, I've actually now heard this story from my dad as well. That's, when you said how prolific this story is, I'm like, I've not only heard this from you, I've heard it from multiple other people. I've been like, can you believe Sam managed to get 10 cans for £2.30? That's crazy.
It's a good story, yeah.
And the numbers just keep getting ridiculous. It's like it's Chinese
as
whisper.
it starts.
Do you know that Sam got 10,000 cans for a single penny? Excellent stuff. Oh, Sam, you're going to hook me up with one of them Stollen.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Oh, yeah, you will.
So while Sam's pouring it, you can say this is a Foster's shandy. For anyone who doesn't know, Foster's is Australian.
Good day.
Except it's brewed in the EU and no Australians drink it. In fact, they actually started to import it into Australia for all the English people who live there.
Brilliant.
But Australians, they do love a drink. I remember when I lived there was, I think it was like a music festival where they started limiting the amount of alcohol each person could bring.
Oh, yeah.
And each person was limited to 2 cases. That's 48 cans. And there was outrage. This was how much outrage there was. Some Australians were going to the venue or the site where this music festival was going to be weeks before, digging holes, burying additional cans of alcohol so that they can make sure they had at least 3 or 4 cases ready for this this festival.
I appreciate the commitment.
Yeah. Lovely.
Oh, I love a shandy.
A little bit of shandy. Who are? Sam is now carefully moving the mic and grabbing a singular Stollen, whilst also standing up with a shandy so that he can pass it to me. It's risky, thank you. My friend, I appreciate it. Right, well...
Was there some more left in
Yeah.
there?
I poured it nice and high to get the sound for the mic, and what it meant was I just foamed up my beer.
No, yeah. Nice. Sam, do you mind pointing your mic up a little bit? Yeah, there you go. Because then it'll just pick you up a bit better.
Lovely. Just in time for me to cough over it.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much.
The way I'm holding this is like I've got a pint and then like a cigarette in between my fingers, but it's just a Stollen.
It's like a super fat cigar.
Yeah.
One of those ones you got to bite the end.
Yeah, that's
off.
like a Churchill cigar. That's exactly.
Right,
well,
props, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Good eye. That is lovely, isn't it? Cool. They're not drinking that on Vanguard Garage Gaming, are they? Even though they should do, because they're Australian.
They're actually Australian. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't just randomly calling them out.
You know where else they don't drink it on? Like any other Conquest podcast. We're the only ones that are going to kick it off with.
Also, do you know who's not listening to this podcast? It's Reese and the other guy from Gaming.
I hope now there's some beef between the other guy and you for not knowing his name.
Yeah, it's Reese.
Not Reese.
Not Reese, yeah, exactly.
Just next podcast, he's shouting out. So there's this podcast. I can't remember the name of the guy. It's called, I can't remember his name around in a...
But one of them is called Not Josh.
Yeah, one of them's called Not Josh.
I don't know what the other one's called.
I got some serious beef with one of the other ones. Oh.
Oh, some good Stonham. Lovely. Is this mic the right way around? Yeah, it is.
Few.
Yeah, because we've had it before, haven't we, Josh? Where this has just been fully the wrong way around.
Yeah, did a whole online event with it the wrong way around.
Yeah, that was great. Cool. Right. Do you guys want to hear a listener question?
Yes.
Very much so.
Do one of you have a listener question? Or should I start with my one?
I WhatsApped you.
Oh. There you go. Excellent. Right, here we go. Here's a listener question. It's the subject line is glue, regret, and tactical brilliance. Actually, no, that's not the subject line. That's the AI prompt. I mean, the person who sent it to us. The subject is "You made me snort coffee out my nose again." Hey, your name. Just wanted to say another cracking episode. I had it on while painting my old Dominion, and midway through your rant about deployment mistakes, I laughed so hard I stabbed my thumb with a hobby knife. My blood literally consecrated the base. That's the commitment to the theme. There you go. Also, your breakdown of army identities really got me thinking. I feel like Conquest factions all have really different power curves across the game sizes. So, here's a question. Do you think that the game is balanced equally across 1,000 points, 1,500 points, and 2,000 point matches? Or do certain factions only really turn on once they hit a bigger format? Keep up the chaos. From Gareth 2 Left Dice MacLeod. P.S. My wife has started referring to you as that enabler. Please stop making me buy more minis, in brackets, but also don't stop. Well, thank you very much.
That could have been written by another one of our fans.
I was like,
Gareth. I mean, that is actually very good. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So the factions that switch on with
different point values. Mm. Do they make a big difference? I mean, we've definitely talked a lot about Old Dominion and difference between 1,500 and 2,000 points, right?
Oh, I mean, Old Dominion you get even better. Like at 1,000 points, I think they're their peak.
Nice. It's weird. I've never really played any games at like lower points value, so I couldn't really speak to how the 100 Kingdoms would perform at a lower points value.
Yeah, I feel like with 100 Kingdoms, because pretty much every unit is a sort of standalone unit, then the more points that you have is just some more stuff to do different things. With Spires, I feel like when I build a list, and that's just the habit that I'm in, I suppose, I end up... I start with a centre point and then work my way outwards, and if I did that and stopped at 1,000 points, I'd have an army that's going to never score.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just because of the way that I play Spires, or I have the 2,000 point in my mind, and so I'm sort of conditioned that way. you're obviously limited on size of blocks that you can realistically.
You know what I think? I think that if an army has a buff that it gives out to its entire army that's quite good, I think the higher the points value, the better. Because there's more stuff that can be affected by it. But if you have, for example, the Imperial officers vanguard to 2 Imperial units per turn, that's better when you have a smaller point size, because you're probably not getting more than 2 units on per turn, depending on your army list. It depends, I guess. But if you've got something that can affect an entire army like quite easily, then you're probably doing well at higher points but not so well at smaller points. Whereas if you've got something that allows you to do a certain amount of things for a certain amount of units, or like one unit that gets really powerful because of a supremacy ability or a faction rule or something like that, then that probably benefits you.
Yeah.
I think obviously the Old Dominion is quite unique, but I think with New Dwegum and Wadroon, the token generation, I feel like you want a certain amount of chaff units to be able to like generate the tokens for you, so you can then give the stuff you really want a chance to actually chant.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're like reduced in points value, then like the only thing you can bring is your Tontor and your Warbread and all the stuff you actually want to be chanting or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like there's some that definitely get worse. So, for example, Sorcerer Kings, the rituals never go down in how many tokens you need. So if you have 1,500 points, you've got less things that will actually generate a ritual for you.
So it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
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 Is Old Dominion the only one where the levels come down?
I believe so. So the fact their levels come down is quite significant. And also stuff like, so you get 1 token a turn as Old Dominion. But when the levels are coming down, that kind of ratio of getting a token per turn becomes more significant as well. I can't think of any other army where it kind of scales down. You don't see that many points at 1,500 anymore, I feel. I felt like when we first got into the game, there was a few more. And I don't know whether that was the case or not. But
wasn't that many tournaments with 50?
Yeah, I wonder if a few more people or Paraben thought about it a little bit more. Like, Old Dominion is one of the earlier armies.
Yeah. It was probably more in their mind, wasn't it? Getting people started with Conquest. And now there's enough people with, multiple sets of 2,000 points armies
In this version.
Look, I just want to put it out there. If anyone has 2,000 or 3,000 points of fully painted army that they're getting rid of, I'm interested.
Do we need to just do a quick check-in, since we recorded that episode?
Yeah. Have we increased the number?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, dear.
Because
wasn't it within 24 hours you and me
24, yeah.
had ended up with another 1,000 points each or something?
Yeah, I definitely increased the amount I had because
I got 2 spiders.
The
next day.
I got a lost to found and then a lost ancestor. Yeah.
And I bought about
another army.
Yeah. I haven't counted yet. Maybe 300,000 or 400,000.
Which army?
Points of spires that Matt has incredibly painted for me.
Yeah.
Why have you got spies? Sam literally has spies. you live so close.
Because we are, since we've begun this podcast, we have been aiming for the day that we are going to run one army, which is 1 unit of force-grown drones, against another army, which is a unit of men-at-arms.
Yeah.
And so
just see what happens.
Oh, we're going to be
get them
very
somewhere.
close. How many stands do you have for force-grown drones?
22.
Okay. Well, I've now got 18, and someone else may have just offered me another 18.
Oh my goodness.
So that'll be 50 stands. So should we do it? Should we go run a tournament? We do 50 stands. I think that'd be quite fun.
Yeah, I think that could be hilarious.
I would love to turn it to LGT next year. That's my title.
Just one.
Please.
Maybe
I mean,
2.
how many force-grown drone stands? Right. I assume you'd need the Biomancer to make this even slightly viable.
What I'd really like is a Biomancer and Ferromancer, and have a couple of MSUs and then 2 massive blocks with catabolic nodes in all of them. There's 30 points a stand.
Right, I'm calling this list Roblox.
Roblox.
Yes. Right, here we go. Biomancer, and he's in a unit. Force-grown Jones. Right. No upgrades because we want the most amount of stuff. But I'm going to put a catabolic node on.
Can you put lethal demise on?
Well, I'm glad to see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not now that I've bought it, but they're nerfing lethal demise, aren't they?
I wouldn't quite use the word nerf because for the block of force-grown drones the way that I run it, then yeah, you end up with less lethal demise damage done. But with the Strix, you'd end up giving out more.
Yeah, but doesn't the character have to be in the regiment?
No, well, Strix has the lethal demise built into it, but their lethal demise 4. Whenever you remove a stand, it gives 4 wounds back.
Oh yeah. It's got better for them. No, I'm more meant for your giant block of force-grown drones.
Slightly worse because it's 3 per stand.
Here we go.
1 per wound.
I thought it was 2 per stand.
Plus.
I think it's 2. I don't know. I thought it was 3.
Oh, that's fine.
I've been tapping for quite a while and we're still not on 2,000 points force-grown drones yet. Okay, right, fine. So, we got up to 19,800 points with a Biomancer with the Degenerative Aura. I've got 20 points to play around with. Attracting Pheromones, what does that do? Flank. Yep, give it flank. The only unit.
Catabolic node's 20 points, isn't it?
I've already put one on.
Oh.
I could take off the catabolic node, then you can get the mastery of flesh or whatever. You can do 2 Biomancies and 2 actions. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, it's 61 stands of force-grown drones.
So what we're hearing is someone needs to sell us another 11 stands.
Yeah.
Close.
And then we're onto it. That's brilliant. Well, there you go. I think that's thank you so much, Gareth, for your question. It's much appreciated. Right, so we're going to chat a little bit. What we're going to chat about? We are chatting about. Let me find the topic. Does anyone remember while I'm scrolling?
I do. We were going to speak about mead today, weren't we?
This was a WhatsApp message I sent you this morning.
I've got it. Rules versus immersion, right? Okay. We've got a couple of examples of rules in the game that just feel like they completely take you out of it. Like things where, like terrain rules and stuff that just like makes no sense. And I think there's a couple of examples. I'm not going to say them because I know you guys want to talk about them.
I've got one where I corrected the TO on LGT.
Yeah, brilliant.
Are we meant to start with this one or do we lead up to it?
No, I want to start straight in.
All right, go on, Josh.
So, with Forest, if all your stands are in the forest, you count as being within the forest.
True.
Yes.
Even if it's just a little corner.
Yeah.
Which means what you can do is you can have 3 guys all with their back feet in the forest, but someone can see the front of them, they can draw line of sight to them, but you are still obscured because all stands are within the forest.
It's even more ridiculous than that. And you might want me to correct me on this if I am actually wrong on it. A Tontor, which is larger than the forest, could be standing in front of the forest with its back corner touching a forest, and that is considered obscure.
That is ridiculous because that is size 4 and forests are only size 3. I feel like there should be a rule against that, but there might not be.
Well,
I think they've just made a rule for
it's
that.
This is. I've been thinking about this for a while because, especially when you go to LGT, what you walk past. Well, actually, the way that we were today, then you didn't. But historically, you could have walked past 50 tables of Warhammer games, which all look identical, little L-shaped buildings. But you look at it and immediately you sort of know, oh, this one can see this one and this one's hiding, and it just it very intuitively feels like that it just kind of makes sense. You know, if you can draw a line from the tip of the gun to the thing that it's trying to shoot, then it can see it. And then you have this tension between wanting the game to feel immersive and then needing to just be a set of consistent rules. And so you come up with something that sort of feels like, well, that makes it work the way that you would imagine that it were to work, you know, if in an actual battle. But it does mean that there are some weird edge cases where intuitively everything in you thinks it ought to work one way, because the models, even though they are representing an abstract representation of the unit, actually they look like they're not. They look like they're representing the actual thing. So the fact that the Damaro Damashi are significantly taller than than other objects around it, they're just size 2.
Yeah.
Or that trolls are really, really tall.
Oh yeah, they're literally taller than like
a brute drone or whatever.
Yeah, and they're size 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad. It is mad.
But that's because they're only. I was listening to a podcast, super early days of Conquest, where they were talking about the size. They went for the 38mm scale, and the comment that they made was that it was a toss-up between making the units, the individual models, much smaller to represent, though there's lots of people in this stands, or just make the models a bit bigger and then you can at least paint them.
Right.
And the little throwaway comment was, well, everybody knows that it only represents the idea of there being a bunch of people, and so the actual number of models doesn't really count. And as soon as he said it, I thought, well, that's weird, because when I see a cluster of 4 men at arms, what I imagine is there are 4 men at arms standing there. Yeah. And in First Blood, then maybe that's true, because each individual one represents itself. But
yeah.
Do you know what's weird though? Is because they say that's the thing, but originally the wounds were per model, which I feel like takes away from that. Because when it's literally you remove a model every time you take a wound, it really in your head makes it feel like it's one guy who's gone.
Yeah.
Not, I think now where you can have like 5 wounds and there's 4 guys there, it makes a bit more sense to me that it's a collective of people. Yeah. But yeah, back when it was literally a wound per model, to me, it made it much more intuitive that was representing the exact number of people.
At a time. Yeah. But I think that's it. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens in the game where, like the way that you charge.
Oh, we could do a full podcast about me just being annoyed by how people do charges.
What wasn't you and I? We were playing a game a couple of months ago where we measured the distance, but because you get the free 90-degree wheel, and I'm playing with a wide block, with a free 90-degree wheel, I could become like 2 inches away from you, even though the point of making the charge, the actual distance between me and you is like 11 inches.
Yeah.
But because I get a free 90-degree wheel, all I need to do is roll a 1. Because I'm getting my free 90-degree wheel, and then I move forward 2 inches and then swing the whole rest of the army around. Do you remember that? Because you were convinced that I wouldn't be allowed to do it, and I thought, I get this free 90-degree wheel.
No, it was. I think it was because you were like, oh, if you do the 90-degree wheel, your unit then becomes closer to me. So you measured that distance.
But
I remember that being a thing. Nah, you measure from the.
This is a conversation that we had.
You measure from the closest point where the unit currently is, not where it could be with the free 90-degree wheel.
You measure from the closest point as an indicator to allow you to choose if you're going to make the charge, and then you roll. Yeah. Add it onto your march, and that tells you how far you're allowed to charge.
Yeah.
You then make a free 90-degree wheel, move in a straight line up to the number that you've just created. And so long as you're in contact by the time you hit that number, you've made a successful charge and you close the door.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
Which doesn't make any sense. Because all you need to do is go really wide, and then your charge distance is actually...
But why am I not seeing loads of people do that?
Well, I actually don't know. I've always gone like really, really wide. Blocks.
Oh, interesting. Well, there you go. But yeah, there are just a lot of rules that kind of don't really make a ton of sense. And you're just like, oh, I mean, I get it, but like, you're never going to make a perfect game, are you? That's like fully immersive and that makes complete sense, because at the end of the day, you need mechanics that do their thing, don't you?
Well, I feel like it's hard to have it like everyone obviously wants to be, or most people want to be competitive, and so when you're competitive, you try and take most advantage of the rules, right? It's like fluid formation is another one of those where like how annoying is it? Like I was facing someone, they're 5 blocks wide, they're like 18 inches away from me, but then they fluid to basically 90 degrees, and then that way they're like got it down to 12, and then they've got, you know, some other add-ons and unstoppable and stuff. But then like you look at the mechanics and they're like the whole regiment spinning 90 degrees only to then spin 90 degrees again. And like yeah, you're like, obviously you've got to have mechanics to the game, but I feel like a charge, you know, the intention should be, oh, you see them, you run in that direction, and you're supposed to be able to do like a little twist and turn to kind of make sure you kind of line up a bit. But yeah, when you're doing these like crazy movements to pull off a charge, you feel like you lose a little bit of the heart. If I see that guy, I want to run towards him and hit him.
Well, that's basically it's the case that isn't the story that is actually being told. Like everything that is happening on the battlefield is a representation of something that could be happening in theory. So when we've played First Blood before, then it feels quite straightforward actually to tell the story of, oh well, this guy has climbed over this log and then has made this particular movement, and then I'm going to make a run. Whereas when you look at a Last Argument battlefield, it is much more chess-like. You know, when you're playing a game of chess, you don't think, oh, it's a knight and this one is a bishop. It's just those are the pieces and this is how they can move. And I think it's much more, you know, the focus is much more on the game rather than on trying to tell a narrative story in Last Argument.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Right, just to rein us back a minute, would you like me to correct Sam on the rules?
Go on, do it.
So, when declaring a charge, you may only choose one enemy target to be the target of your charge. It must be within your front arc, within line of sight, and you cannot choose more than one regiment. Roll a die. This is the charge roll. Add the charge roll to the regiment's lowest march characteristic. This is the charge distance. If the charge distance is greater or equal to the distance in inches between the charging regiment and the target regiment, the charge is successful.
So a 90-degree wheel.
You get the 90-degree wheel afterwards,
but that
for it to
closest
be
distance.
successful, you have to roll and get your charge more than the charge distance.
Okay, right. Well, so I probably lost that game anyway, but let's say that I ended up losing it as a result of me cheating.
I feel like there is still the issue though that like you're getting that 390-degree wheel, and the guy at the edge of your regiment is actually moving like insanely quick because he's having to run when he's wheeling, right? Whereas the other guy on the side of the inside of the curve is like just staying still. He's just turning round, whereas the other guy at the end of the regiment is like running round. So he's probably covered like, 20 inches of distance on like a 10-inch charge. It's just like...
Yeah, what they ought to do is cause you to lose wounds based on how much of the 90-degree wheel you have to use.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It counts as broken ground. Roll a d6, see what happens.
That's one rule I think they should change, is when you fail a charge, that you just go straight forward. Like, I was chatting to someone, they liked it, but to me, like the fact that you're like trying to charge someone and then you fail it, and especially if it was one where you were going to have to wheel close to 90 degrees, that you just march in the wrong direction just feels a little bizarre to me. I would have you move as far as you fail, but towards the enemy. Like almost you do the wheel as if you were going to charge, and then you just move like 1 inch towards them, or 2 inches, whatever you rolled that was your failure. But I feel like you should be running that direction. It's almost like they were charging towards them, but they like ran out of steam and they gave up.
Yeah, sometimes failing a charge feels like it doesn't do what you would actually expect to happen. Where even moving fully into contact and then moving back an inch, because that indicates like you've gone there, but somehow the ground was more uneven than you expect it to be, or the defending unit has chucked something in your way and distracted you, and you've not managed to do what you expected to. But yeah, that idea of we're going to go for these guys on our right. Come on, everyone, off we go. Oh no, we can't, and so we'll just keep going in this direction.
Yeah.
It's it is a bit weird.
Yeah, and it's hard, isn't it? Because you want to punish people for going for stupid roles. So getting rid of that second action, I think, is probably a fair thing.
Oh, I think that's fair. And I think, to be honest, Sam's idea, if they're moving an inch away, would be super punishing. Because then the other person's just got a guaranteed charge straight in your face, haven't they?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that would suck. Because, it's weird as well, because everything has to be turn-based. But in an actual battle, it's not like, one side moves forward like 100 metres and the other side goes, right, let me do that as well. It's like stuff is happening constantly. Well, there's actually a really cool rule in Old World where, like, I don't know exactly how it works, but like during combat, you can actually push regiments back and forth when they're in combat, which is amazing because that's basically more of what you're doing. You're trying to outposition your enemy, and when there's bodies, just chunks of men, do you know what I mean? Like big groups of men just going against each other, and they're pushing the line back and forth, and it's going left, right, and everywhere.
That is a rule that just doesn't exist anywhere in Conquest, as far as I can remember. Though, if something's in contact, it is stuck there.
You could have a Tontor go up against some militia bowman, and he's suddenly just like, oh wait, hold up, I got to stop here.
He's holding them off the objective.
Yeah, exactly. These little flipping bowmen just holding them back with their like little wooden bows. His foot is like the size of like 4 of them.
Yeah, it is weird there for us to be turn-based, like you were saying. Have you ever played Diplomacy?
No, I haven't. I have heard it's
so it's like, it's a bit different to Risk, but it's slightly similar in terms of you're trying to take over. It's a bit different in terms of you have to work with other people. Like, you literally only start with 3 guys, and to like take over somewhere, like 2 guys have to push 1 guy out, so you've got to kind of work with other people. But the way the kind of game works is you all have this moment to talk, and you make your plans, and then you have to write down what you're going to do, and then everyone's plans like revealed at the same time, and it all happens. And so you don't know what someone's going to do. You might try and attack a country that someone's then moved out of. But I was thinking, like, you should try a game of Conquest like that. So not only do you put all your cards in turn order, but you have to write down your intention of what they were going to do. And then you flip over your cards, like, men at arms, they're going to charge these. Oh, you've moved your guys. I guess they just march forward. But you have to make all the decisions at the start of the turn. And then you can play it out normally, but you've already decided everything you're going to do.
That sounds like a great narrative scenario to introduce that rule into. There's a game, I can't even remember what the name of the game is, but you're on a train, and you can jump onto the roof of the train and go into the carriage to try to pick up stuff while you're robbing the train. Sure. But the way you do that is that you sequence all of your actions in advance of it, and then you reveal them one at a time. And sometimes you'll go through a tunnel, and so those actions you put face down, so the other person can't see what you've put, and they can't, and you can't see what they've put. And so, you end up with this situation of somebody saying, oh, I'm going up onto the roof because you've gone on the roof, but then you go down, and so I shoot at you in the dark, but you're not there anymore.
Right, but because you've already put it down,
that's then just what happens.
Interesting. Playing a game of Conquest where not only do you have to stack your cards, but you also have to choose the 2 actions you take.
I mean, it would take forever to get ready for a turn.
I mean, that would be the longest part of the phase, because then you just play everything out. I'd be fascinated to see what that's like. I mean, it would be just so, like, not fun at all. No. But it could be hilarious.
I think there'd be some really memorable moments where you flip card and then you read out your 2 things, and you just, your head's in your hand, and you're like, so I do this.
So I'm going to take a volley action in combat, and that doesn't work. So it's now your turn.
Oh, man.
My Tontor charges out of the objective zone towards nothing.
I need a 5. Oh, dear.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's good. There you go. Any other things that pop to mind? Immersion breaking rules.
Well, not so much immersion breaking rule, but although I suppose it's connected to it. That a lot of the rules are around terrain and the way that you interact with terrain, and therefore, for practical reasons, actually running 2D terrain is
way more
much
practical,
more straightforward way to set up a table. But immediately it stops it.
Yeah,
feeling. Like this.
There's a. Have you guys ever heard of 52 Miniatures? It's a YouTube channel. Anyway, really, he's a very calm guy, very artistic, lovely. Anyway, he's made a miniature gaming board, and he's made it 6x4. I'm like, that's brilliant. That's for Conquest. And then you look at it, and it's got hills and buildings and stuff like that. It's honestly, it's absolutely beautiful, and I want to play on it, but I just know my game will not work.
Yeah,
and you just have to play first blood on it, which is fine. But I'm just looking at this thing. I'm running a narrative scenario on this would be so much fun because you just feel like you can actually engage with the terrain. But like you say, because you just play on 2D terrain, it makes the most sense. Warhammer 40k, they have it as well, right? It's just all the L-shaped ruins. You looked out at LGT, it was all just 4 to 5 L-shaped ruins across the board.
Yeah.
And that's literally it. And it's just that is very boring.
It is boring, but you also immediately know what's happening.
Yeah.
You're in the city and I can see that it's ruined and these people are fighting in it. You're immediately there. It's sometimes when you're playing, the tables at LGT, you've got whatever mats they've managed to source for that day with the terrain, whatever they've managed to source. And so it's you're on this snowy tundra with a field and a farmhouse and a well. A bit it's all just it's there to make the rules work rather than to get you into the world.
I've got another rule. Breaks my immersion. Shooting into combat.
You think you should be able to do it?
Okay, I mean shooting at a regiment that is in combat.
Not when you're in combat. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I know is what the Mahut and the Sea Yacht can shoot well in combat, but to me that makes sense because at least they have to shoot what they're in combat with, and if they're giant, they got a bow. Why couldn't they shoot at close range? In fact, I've watched a lot of movies where archers do shoot at relatively close range. So I've actually got less
just
problem.
No scoping.
I've got less problem with a longbowman who's being attacked being I'm just going to try and pull out my bow and get a shot off. I stand just as good a chance at this with my tiny dagger.
Yeah. But your daggers cleave one, so for some reason.
But no, I got more problem with the fact that you can shoot something in combat and you take no negatives and there's no risk of shooting your own guys. I feel like you should be shooting your own guys, Battle of the Bastards style. Do you know what? I want to kill the enemy and I'm happy if I lose a couple of guys at the same time. No one would ever shoot into combat and it would massively nerf ranged, but to me the immersion of the fact that
if you're going to shoot into a melee you should probably kill some of your own guys. Listen, I've talked about Rome Total War before. I'm going to talk about it again. When you shot at an enemy regiment that was fighting one of your guys, you could just as easily hit one of your own guys. And it felt felt like there was consequences to doing it. It's I have to be willing to lose that unit as well.
I've got a rule suggestion for it actually.
Go on.
I think when you shoot into combat, every 6 should kill one of your own guys. And
is that on the defense roll or on the volley roll?
On the volley roll.
Right, okay.
And then on top of that, you should have to take morale for it because how demoralised are your men going to see being shot by their own mates? So I think you should have to take morale on it as well.
Cool. You want to re-rolling 6s on that, don't you?
I think an extension on that. I quite like that is that for arcing fire, I think that part of it ought to be a bubble with the scatter dice that sends an arrow in a random direction. So that it's like, yeah, I know whereabouts I'm aiming, but you're aiming blind. That's why it's arcing fire. How on earth are you able to do a headshot?
Well, it's because the force range range of the front has line of sight of the enemy.
Yeah. The Strix are able to see it and are somehow able to communicate.
Yeah.
What it ought to
I mean, that
do.
makes sense with spies, that there's some sort of hive mind thing going on. But with like longbowmen and like, I don't know, some flipping men at arms thing, it's not like, I don't think men at arms are known for their telepathy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just anyway. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so there ought to be. Yeah, like if you miss, then you don't just miss. You don't just miss and therefore nothing happens. That you missed.
Wait, so
and
each miss you're suggesting you scatter dice for it?
I think you scatter them collectively.
Okay, fine.
For practical purposes.
Right, because if they're all going to miss, they're all going to miss together because they'll be shooting in the vaguely same direction.
Yeah.
Fine.
So then there's like a 6-inch random scatter.
I'm going to shoot you with my longbowman and, I accidentally sniped my own warlord.
Sometimes it's going to all fall into the lake, and sometimes, you're going to shoot your own leader in the back of the head. Serves you right.
This is a man who runs marksman clones.
I do at least like the arcing fire that because it's an action and you don't take aim. You are less accurate in terms of you've got a lower.
I don't feel like I ever use it. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, there's niche cases, but
which is a shame. So I feel like as a battle thing, I don't know. Like it feels like something that should be a thing more. You would like have archers at the back arcing over people.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a thing that should be.
What was the original range of the longbowman?
30 inches.
30 inches, baby. 30 inches.
Marksman Clones was 28. Yeah, I think
you were just, if you were on the board,
were 30
you were in
inches.
range.
Were
they actually?
They were 30 and they went all the way down to 20, which is why when you were moaning about your longbowmen going from 30 to 24,
my
I was just there
were
crying
the longest
corner.
thing in the game, and they were meant to be the longest range of the game. I think that's fake news that they were 30 inches.
I'm sure they were 30
Marksman Clones used to be 28.
Yeah,
Someone
I remember
fact
Marksman
check
Clones
us.
because they were always two inches shorter, but they had more barrage and no AP
Yeah.
than my longbowmen. I
They're
remember
now
comparing.
20 inches? 22, is it Marksman Clones?
Yeah, something like that. 22, 20, yeah.
Yeah, so I think super long range actually makes sense with arcing.
Yeah,
fire,
if you've
'cause
got an old printed list somewhere, or an old PDF.
Having just switched phones, I'm almost certain I don't, but I will.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I will.
I wish there was like an archive.
I'll text
Because I'm
James
pretty sure
and
there was a
Aaron.
point where you could like give longbowman volley +1 if you put a chapter mage in with them or something like that. I don't know, but that was exceptional.
Nice. I also think I've never been able to find the rules since, but I definitely remember one early game where the Theromancer gave the Marksman Clones the ability that volleys would cause morale checks. And with the amount of hits,
Murderous volley. I mean, that was always a rule. Like the Imperial officer can do it now. They used to be able to as well.
is it 1 for 1? Or is it
I
one
think
for
it's
every
if
2?
you're in effective range.
Ah, okay. So that wasn't
Oh,
really a
so
thing.
you're saying every 2 hits caused every
every hit,
two successful hits caused a morale check as well.
every hit.
Oh,
So I can't. Yeah, this would have been version 1,
good old version 1.
not even 1.5. Yeah,
Did we play in 1?
Yeah,
That when we first started, yeah.
first LGT.
Nah, that was 1.5, wasn't it?
It'd only just gone to 1.5,
Oh, okay.
and they were still old scenarios.
Back when we did long deployment, yeah. Long table deployment.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, I remember me and Josh at the first LGT.
It was horrible.
We're really
First
excited about
game.
playing different people. First game we were against each other.
It's the
And
most
we-
demoralising thing getting flipping Josh Cornford at a tournament. It's like, well, I know I'm not being a finalist.
But also, we didn't know how tournament games were supposed to be. So
Oh,
we were
yeah.
there picking out our scenario
Secondary
cards.
objective cards.
We were
Yeah.
playing secondary objectives, and then later got told, "Oh no, you're not supposed to do that at a tournament."
I did that with the guy that I played against, and he had never played a game of Conquest before. So he was like, "Oh, you seem to know what you're doing. Yeah, right."
So this poor bloke went to his next game and got his secondary objective cards out. And the other person's like,
his
what?
first ever game of Conquest was at LGT against me. He was running a Fallen Divinity. He'd never played Conquest before.
Brilliant.
And on that long table. Fallen Divinity. Was it March 4 when it first comes out?
Oh, so slow.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, I will use the original double time rule with my Foursquare drones and then burn them out and then heal them, because you're not going to hit me, so I can actually do that.
Yeah, you got time to do that. Yeah.
So we made contact on his side of the third objective zone.
Brilliant. Excellent. Yeah, I remember having a similar situation with Josh where it's just like, oh, you're just holding up everything. Okay. And it was like, sorry, your trolls have how many wounds?
Oh, yeah.
They were 2 per model. There were 4 models per stand.
Yeah.
There were 8 wounds per stand.
8 wounds. I ran a block of 6 of them.
Just oppressive.
And I had them
and
near...
with healing as well, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah.
and more than that, I had the Resolve 6 bubble.
Oh, yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, insane.
Oh, man.
Insane.
I remember this was back when everyone was running the Knights, and they were like... And someone charged Clash me with their big block of Household Knights, and they didn't even break me. And I just saw, like, they threw their hands in the air and just like, I don't think it's anything I could have done different in this game.
Yeah, that was mad. There you go. Well, excellent. That was a good chat. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
If you've got any more interesting rules that you think, this breaks my immersion of Conquest, then feel free to email us at joshingaroundinair@gmail.com. We'd love to hear about it. We also have a book, which is called, here we go, you guys ready for this? It's called The Wargamer's Handbook. No, I actually know this. The Miniature Wargamers Handbook. No, I'm already wrong, aren't I? The Miniature Wargamers Guide. No, go on, just say it.
It's called The Tabletop Miniature Wargamers Handbook, an ideal companion for the modern wargamer.
Excellent.
It's got 4 reviews on Amazon, but no actual written reviews. 4 ratings.
Well, if you buy the book, give us a little written review. Say some nice things.
Yeah, or if you don't buy the book, please just give us a nice 5-star review anyway. You know,
can you do that even if you haven't bought it?
Worth a try, isn't it?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, if you're not willing to pay whatever price it is, I don't know what it is, but I think it. Then chuck us a review. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and we will catch you next time.
See you later.
See you next time.